In this world, we live in a global village, and in this global village, the key to survival is interaction. Interaction in this world is virtually impossible to hide from. It can sometimes bring out the best and worst. However, it certainly showcases who we are. Sometimes there are barriers in this global village. For example, our educational background can hinder interaction, and our religious beliefs can block communication. However, discrimination takes barriers to a whole new approach.
Discrimination occurs when people make distinctions among individuals based on something that they determine makes them different. It could be something very superficial, like hair color, eye color, skin color. It could be something to do with their ethnicity or their religion or their gender or their sexuality. But people have opinions about these differences. And discrimination occurs when you take action based on those differences. And sometimes those actions treat people differently.
It is common belief that Bahamians discriminate against many nationalities, especially Haitians.
As a tourist economy, our main source of livelihood comes from welcoming foreigners and taking care of them and showing them a good time and being hospitable, right? But those are foreigners who come with money in hand. Those are foreigners who tend to be of European descent. Those are foreigners who come from the United States of America, as opposed to those who come from the South, who happen to be black, happen to be poor, and happen to speak a language that's not English in most cases, speaking about the Haitian immigrant.
Despite the well-known discrimination towards Haitians in the Bahamas, some people who've lived in the Bahamas all their life view the name-calling as more of a habit than discrimination.
I don't consider when people say Haitian to be discriminating. It might just be a form of, you just used to people saying it, so you say it. But for me, like at a Chinese restaurant or whatever, I might say something, but I don't really call it hate, that I hate Chinese or really teasing them in a sense. It's just something that I'm used to, so it just comes out. So I don't call it discriminating, no.
Discrimination was once towards the Caribbean islands, but has now extended to other countries.
My name is Cyrus Shea. I am 24 and I am a Chinese Bahamian. One experience that I've had here is at the driver's license office. They asked me for my work permit when I tried to renew my driver's license. And when I told them I didn't have a work permit, they said I couldn't renew it. But after I showed them my payment passport, they apologized. Another experience I had is a lot of people ask me if I work at Bahamar or at the sports stadium in construction. And it doesn't really faze me. I'm pretty passive about it. I just correct them and pretty much move on.
Despite being born and raised in the Bahamas, Cyrus feels that persons do not see him as Bahamian at all, and oftentimes judge him before getting to know him.
At College of the Bahamas, I'm also, mildly discriminated against. When I'm walking to and from classes, I get just one-word, two-word remarks, such as I get Yao Ming, I get Golden Buddha, I get VIP Chinese restaurant, I get Jackie Chan, Jet Li, Bruce Lee. Doesn't really bug me that much though. Pretty passive. I just ignore it. I think I've become desensitized to it in a way. Growing up, I got a lot more, but recently society has been more accepting. I think it's because of all the construction workers coming over here, and Bahamians have got more used to Chinese people on a whole level.
Most people make the mistake of believing discrimination is just an act of dislike. However, biasness and prejudice are also aspects of discrimination.
We also discriminate in a positive way, in favor sometimes of Northerners, people whose skins are lighter. We tend to not treat Cubans as badly as we treat Haitians, for example. We tend to treat Americans better than we treat both of them. And so we have a whole set of criteria and a whole set of different people that we discriminate against.
So what now? Should we let this problem continue to poison us, acting as a disease to its people? Who's to blame for this issue? Can anyone be blamed? You be the judge.
And personally, I believe that immigrants coming into the Bahamas isn't such a bad thing. I don't think, there's a blame crime on them. And it could actually help our economy. Besides, Bahamians just go to the States to find a better way of life.
We have the Chinese with their convenience stores. Sometimes when you go to Super Value or other stores, the things like meat is expensive, and the Chinese, they offer a large variety of different meats, and it's fresh, and it's at an affordable rate.
I personally haven't been treated badly since I've been here, but they have been Bahamians in general say they don't like Jamaicans, but everywhere you go they listen to Jamaican music and all that, eating our food and all that. So I haven't been treated badly, but you can see there's a little bit of tension now and again in some places. But generally speaking, it has been a good Bahamian-Jamaican good relationship.
I don't have a problem with Haitians either. Now, if you come here illegally, then we have to make sure that everything is kosher here on this island. But truthfully, if you were born here, this is all you know, then in my mind you should be a Bahamian, regardless of where your ancestry falls or anything of that nature.